Welcome back to another farming simulator logging video here. I said we're gonna get back to cut to length logging, or I'd like to do some more of it. Um, so that's what I'm gonna be doing here today. I got a new TimberPro harvester here and a TimberPro forwarder. It'll be a TimberPro kind of video. Um, I want to basically clear this hillside here, and I got a couple trees marked out. I got two there, two here, two up here. These trees here I marked like that just so I didn't cut them all the way down. My plan is to kind of stack the logs against those trees, and you'll see that here in a second. Those are going to be kind of barriers to keep the trees from rolling down into the road here. I'm not sure how this is going to go. I haven't done much hillside with the harvester. Some of these trees here, obviously, I'm not gonna be able to. But on the right side, I gotta change my length also here. I'm gonna cut these 7 meters, same as I have been talking about. Some people say that 7 meters is easier to load, but I'm not sure I believe it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give it a try, though. So I guess tough part here is just going to be getting started, figuring out how I want to get started. I think even though I mark these trees, I'm going to leave a few right on the road line here just so that they don't roll down into the road. I don't have any blocking the road, but my thought here is if I grab a hold of these up high, and then I'll leave that stake in the ground. And that's where I can stack my trees. Now I'm cutting them 7 meters. It looks like 7 meters is a little bit too short for the spacing of these trees, but I also might cut some longer ones too, so these couple trees here can stop the longer ones. I'm just gonna kind of work around this area here and get them. Kind of get an area cut out the way I can see what I have to work with. Now the forwarder isn't going to be super useful. I mean, I guess I'm still going to have to kind of stack these up where they fall, but I'm not really going to be carrying that far of a distance for a while here because I got so many trees that I got to get down. I never show any videos of me processing trees in my other videos because I think it's kind of boring, and that's pretty much all this is cutting trees and processing them. But it's okay. This is it's not exactly the same. I'm not sure if the logs will roll on this hill or not. I haven't done any testing. This is me just I got the machines over here and jumping right into it. Gonna have to kind of see how this goes. Can use a leveling feature of this harvester too to maybe help me out some. Yeah, see those logs there, they're not rolling. Of course, I'm cutting them right in front of the only path down to the road, so I'm already causing problems for myself. We'll just have to overcome these challenges as we go up here. Once I get an area cleared out, though, it'll be a little bit easier to work here. I might as well cut these. Whoa. That was close. Yeah, sometimes the saw clips through the back of the harvester head, so if you bump the harvester head into the tree, it'll cut it off. And this is one of my trees that I didn't want to cut off too short. Or yeah, I want to leave a stub coming off of it here, so like I said, we're gonna be stacking our logs up against them. I was hoping that I could place a few. I was gonna place a few before I started recording, just so that I had a good backstop a little closer to the road. But I can't place anymore on this map. There's too many trees on this map, and wouldn't let me place them. Generally, when I'm doing this in the woods, I try to keep it all stacked together. That way, I can make less stops with a forwarder. But I don't know that I'm gonna be able to do that here. The slope is also leaving these stumps a lot higher than they normally would be, so it's kind of tough driving over them. Oops. Tree's banging into my backstop. There we go. Now we're working our way up the hill. I think once I get going here, it'll be a little bit easier. I'm definitely gonna want to get in here with a forwarder though and kind of clean up my mess. It's already starting to aggravate me what I got going on here. Dropping trees everywhere. I don't know if I should just make a path right up to the top and then start working my way down. That might be the thing to do. Just keep going uphill and grabbing everything within reach, cutting it, throwing it off to one side or the other. Hit that tree right square on. I keep throwing it to one side or the other, and then I can drive up here with the forwarder, bring it all back down, and get it cleaned up. What I'm gonna go for. Seems like either the trees aren't going up level or the head doesn't hang plumb. Hard to say. I definitely struggling a little bit here. I want to leave my road wide enough here where the forwarder can make it up through. Jeez, I thought I was close enough. Depth perception. Yeah, well, oh, I forgot to put my rollers in there. We'll get all these down to the bottom of the hill, and I just wanted something different to do. Cutting things and hauling them out with the skidders. I like using the fellow buncher, and I like using the forwarders and the log loaders. I would say the processing and hauling the logs around are probably my two least favorite things to do. we go. Catch that. I was leaving it. I wasn't sure what I thought was faster. Using the fella buncher and the skidder to haul wood out. It's definitely, you can definitely get more wood cleared faster. I don't know which is faster though for getting a full log truck. My guess is it's probably the same. If anything, this could be a quicker process if I pulled the forwarder out and loaded it right out of the back of the forwarder onto a log truck. But at the same time, I don't know. It's definitely a toss-up. Hill's getting a little steeper here. Let's see if I can tip it up a little bit more. Now, in real life, I think the leveling feature would be done automatically anytime you were on a uneven surface. The machine would auto level itself. We're not quite that lucky here, though. Not that it's really that big of a deal. I'm sitting in a flat computer chair. It's really only a comfort thing. It doesn't really affect the operation of the machine too much. I mean, it does, but not in ways that really matter. Tree there is in the way. Maybe I'll see if I can cut that one. The trouble is, I mean, really this tree isn't a problem, but if I don't get it out of my way, when I come in here with the forwarder, it's going to cause me some grief. Oops. Forgot that one. Yeah, I think this is definitely the easier way to go. Once I get up to the top here, then I can go down a side and cut them all on one side or the other. It's definitely a little bit easier doing it this way. Those stumps help too, keep the trees from rolling down. I can never tell how many trees on the ground are going to be a full load for the forwarder. You'd think after playing a little bit here, I'd have an idea, but I usually just go until I'm bored, then switch over. Just gonna actually just pull this out of the way here and we'll get some of this stuff cleaned up and... Oh. Forgot one. I guess I'll back all the way down the hill because this tree here is gonna mess up my stacking. Let's see. That probably just about ripped the harvester head off the machine. Plus, I didn't cut my other backstop tree. I guess that's not a big deal, but it would be nice if it was cut. Come on. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some serious work here with the forwarder to get it cleaned up, but nothing we can't handle. Oops. Get out of the way here and back. Oh, backing right over my log pile. I'll probably haul some over to my other backstop there, see if I can get them to stay. If anything, I'll just have to add another placeable in. Maybe I'll see if I can find something that resembles a tree of some kind. I'd like to have a real tree kind of in the middle there, but it's off. But it's just too long. See if I can, well, yeah, maybe not. See what we can do with the forwarder here. One, if I had to have a gripe about these mods, which they're the best mods for logging that you can get, my only gripe would be that the bogey axles don't work. You can see that it's kind of making the machine go. It's not keeping the tires in contact with the ground, I guess. That's what the problem is with them. Just gonna square these trees up now. Sometimes it helps to grab some trees in your grapple. Give you some more weight to drag in. There we go. I can stack these down at the bottom of the hill here. I can get a decent stack, and then I'll just have I'll park a log loader on the other side of this pile, and then I can load over the side of these logs to get them onto a log truck. Still not perfect here. Problem is, if you don't get the log piles set right, once you get too many logs, they really start to walk around on you when you don't want them to. I don't know why I'm getting some little bit of lag spikeage here. Frame rate drops. Trying to move these trees around kind of quick and get them straightened out, but it's not working for me. There we go. These pieces here, I'm just going to kind of toss somewhere so that I can hit them with the mulcher. See if I can give it a swing and toss. Go. Nope, didn't work. Like I said, I'd like to have a few different drop locations here, but I wasn't able to place any trees to kind of get them where I want, so I'll have to find something else that'll work to kind of create a stopping point. I think I might drive up to the top of the hill and start from the top and work my way down. That way, if I don't get them all picked up, I can, not like it's that far, but at least if I don't get them all picked up, I get a clean area to work with when I come back. Oops. Stuck on something. There we go. That stump will act kind of as a wheel chalk for me. I wish there was a way. I mean, I made a video on it, how to make the grapples better on the base game equipment, but I wish that somebody would modify them and actually make them better. I in my video, I showed a way to do it, but it's really not the right way. I played with them a little bit like that, and although they are better, it's just not, it's not the same as using something like this. And I know, I guess I haven't played too much with them, but they somebody just came out with some, oops, started blasting down the hill. They just came out with some lizard grapples, and come on, didn't hit any buttons. They just came out with some lizard grapples, and I don't know what's going on with those trees. They were stuck in the grapple. So they just came out with some lizard grapples, and those ones seem to be a lot better than the base game. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're as good as the FDR ones, but they work pretty well. Those little things there they don't want to roll up into the grapple. The problem with working on the hillside here is your balance is a little bit off here. So when I go to grab a tree, I really gotta kind of grab it towards an end. That way it's got a chance of the end of it hanging down into the back of the forwarder and not swinging into the boom. There we go. Kind of like grab it on the end here, and then I can let that side hang down, and I can put it into the back here and let it be tight to the headboard. It works good like this for a little while, and then eventually the load gets too high and there's not enough reach on the boom. So yeah, even now I grabbed that too close to the end, so I'd have to do something a little different here. Once you get a ways up in, it makes more sense to have the forwarder, but right now you could probably do this just as fast or faster with one of the log loader mods. I forgot I Usually like a spacey bunks on this a little bit. One thing that, here, I'll zoom out here. One thing that I didn't know until recently, trying to zoom in here, was that you can adjust the spacing there on the bunks for this FDR forwarder. Usually I like to have them space something like that. It just helps. I feel like I catch the grapple on it a little bit less. It's something that I didn't really know was a thing for a while, and now I know, obviously, and that's what I like to do. Just trying to. There we go. Some of these trees here, I probably should have cut those ones there, made it a little bit easier to stack, but that'll work. I think I want to take those ones on the left-hand side there over to the other setup. My other backboard setup. Oh. That way I don't have too many logs in one place here. Messing up my pile. The problem is, like I say, when you get too many logs stacked in one area here, they start to slide all over the place. When you only get a few, they're not bad, but I don't want them to. I want my pile to be messed up until I get it loaded. Actually, it's been a while since I've used a forwarder, so it's actually kind of weird. I used it a lot when I first started playing, and concentration. There we go. Let's see if I can get these other trees here cleaned up real quick before the end of the video. I wanted to. Hoping I could get a little bit more done and a little bit more progress made in the first video. But this is fine. I can work with this. It always takes a minute to get going. Once you get going, you can. It's a little bit easier to play. You always have a good direction, but. There we go. One nice thing about working on the hill here is because the trees slide around so much, they always, no matter how you drop them in here, they usually always work their way up to the headboard eventually. Being on the hill. And if they don't, it's easy enough to give it a little bit of gas down the hill and hammer the brake and they'll slide up in. I'd like to get those two little spindly pieces there, but maybe I can't. I'll definitely have to get the mulching tool over here too, and yeah, I can clean up those spindly things and all these stumps and make it easier. I'll have a nice road up in. it's always fun to see too once you start getting the logs cleaned up and you got an area to work with. You always get a good uh better idea of how you want to work the area versus when you start. When you start, it's kind of you're kind of just cutting trees, it feels like, but then you start to see an area open up and you're like, oh, I should cut this tree, I should cut that tree. Like I said, I kind of want to cut this whole hillside here. It'll probably take us forever being one person, but see, I can bash those into the headboard. It'll probably take us forever being one person, but we'll still give it a shot here. We'll keep playing on it until I come up with another idea. I got three maps going now. My swamp logger map, this map, and a different hillside map. That just barely fits in there. Just have to make sure the ones that are right on the edge are in there properly. Like this one. Might move this one here. Dang it. Forget it. Forget about it. Depth perception is a suck. Yeah, I really should be moving a little closer. I'm just being lazy here, winging the trees way over, but I'm able to do it, so I just keep doing it. There we go. That is half an hour of cutting and using this forwarder. Try to shut that thing off. And we're making our way up the hillside. I might still get a couple more placeable things here, like I said. Just turn my frame rate there on to see what's slowing me down, but I might place a couple more things here, and I'll probably leave these trees as I'm going just to, like I said, kind of act as some pretend safety devices, like I have to worry about stuff rolling down the hill. I know I don't, but might be fun to pretend a little bit, but it looks like the hill just keeps getting steeper and steeper as we go up here. We're literally at the base of the steep part. That's as far as we got here, because it's like right here it kind of steepens up. So I'll keep playing on this map here along with my other ones, and just add another little bit of variety. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.